Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to Captain of Industry. All right, last episode we put together our production line and got all that stuff up and running. I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out. That looks very nice. Obviously, we got a few things that we got left to iron out here, like slag, and I think that's about it. I think the slag issue was just about the only thing I had left to kind of like deal with. But we were a little bit lackluster on this kind of stuff here too. I might have to add another guy helping here for now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. But we got to get back into research and all kinds of good stuff. So we got some stuff here for the ship last episode. That's very nice. What are we complaining about? Storage for potatoes? No, no problem. And then the only thing left is just research settlement water. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to do some research now. This is what we're going to jump into today. Okay, so I think this is what we're going to do for research right now. We're going to do the settlement water, so that way they can get water, right? Then we're going to go and jump over and do the research. And then we'll get these two. I'll unlock research steel making and research 3. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna go with, because then we can start getting rid of our slag, and all we do is gonna mix it with sand, right? Or is that the better one? Manufactured sand. Hmm. And we seem to have lots of fuel, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna send our ship out while we're waiting for some research to happen. So let's go do a couple of these just to see what's out here. Okay, so our cargo ship has arrived. Let's go take a look at what was out there. A damaged cargo ship needs to be repaired before we can use it. Oh, so we found another cargo ship out there. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, we're just gonna leave it there for now because we don't have another dock, right? So, we do have enough gas, so let's go check out this area here. All right, he's gone to another area. Okay, so we got like another town over here. They got a bunch more stuff over here for sale. That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. You can donate to them to help bring up I guess, your reputation with them. Yeah, high reputation unlocks more trades. That's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. So new stuff if we need to. Um, Probably gonna have to head home now, right? Because no fuel. Yeah, exactly it. He's got to go home. We'll do some more exploration afterwards. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we got the water for the settlement. This is gonna have to go somewhere on the outside so that way we can give it water, right? Where does Mr. Bog want this? Because I got to bring water up here in a very convenient way. So water's here, but at the same time too, I don't want it blocking any traffic. So maybe I could bring the water up this way, maybe around. So this is the game plan. We're gonna put it up over here. I put a new pump for water here, so that way the town has its own supply, its own pump. We're going to bring it up over here, and then the wastewater, I connected it to the wastewater that we have already sending out here. I believe that is the way that it should be done. That's pretty cool, man. We got at least that going on, so at least the town should get better water. That should help with the health a little bit, I think, and make our people a little bit more healthier. They still haven't gotten rid of these things, have they? Oh, yeah. I got a reward, 80 of them. Nice, very nice. Now, the town, you can see that their health is going to start going up there. All right, well, while we're waiting for more research, we'll send our guy out to explore some more. We'll check out the outreaches. Eventually, you're going to come across areas where you can't go because there's going to be like pirates and stuff like that where you got to go and combat them. So, but we're not there yet. Oh, we got a new location explored, so let's go check this out. What did you find here? Oh, I guess we're going to find out by looking at the thing here. All right, so we find some scrap copper, some rubber. All right. Now where is he going? Oh, he's on his way home because he's out of fuel. I guess that's like the limits to his reach. Cool, cool. I guess we'll have to do another one. Okay, so apparently in the captain's office, there's a vehicle fuel saver thing etiquette they want me to activate. Fuel saver. How does this work? Oh, you gotta click it on like that. Oh, okay. So this what uses a little bit of Unity to save on fuel? Interesting. Okay. Cool, cool. So I guess if you're having a hard time, you could do something like that. And then same thing with maintenance. If you're having a hard time with maintenance, you could reduce your maintenance. Very nice. Population and food. Cool. All right. Now I understand what those are for. We'll see if that worked better. Goal is to try to slope up here and see if we can get into the mountain. I think that slope looks a little bit better. That way they're going into the terrain. I think that's a little bit better. All right, our ship is home again, so let's send it up on another adventure. Seem to have lots of fuel here. We seem to be making quite a decent amount. Got a bunch of resources here too. Probably just get rid of these ones. So apparently we got a research lab. Research lab 1. So this is like a bigger, more beefier research or what? Do we have to feed this stuff? Oh. Looks like we got a battle in progress out here. Oh no. Well, our ship is probably gonna leave because we got like, yeah, see, our ship is gone. So this area is blocked off until we get guns and armor and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the thing. So he's gonna come running home with his tail tucked between his leg, and then we'll All right, so we have a new production line that we have to set up, and this one has to be in the number 2 assembler. It does not go in the first assembler. So this is very interesting. I'm gonna put that there. I think we're gonna leave ourselves some space. The recipe we're gonna be doing is the lab equipment recipe, and that's just mechanical parts and electronic parts, which is pretty nice. So I'm thinking this is how this is gonna go. I had a storage here, but I realized that I think I should be plumping them directly into the research itself. So the lab equipment becomes research, which makes recyclable junk. Optional output. Why would this be an optional output? Like, what do they do with this? Excess output is discarded without blocking production. Okay. But what is this? Like, what do you do with this? Just nothing, it's just garbage, more or less, maybe? I don't know. Alright, so now we got our little science center up and running here. Give us some rewards, so we'll collect those little things. Now it's telling us that should go find an oil rig whenever we get a chance, right? And then I guess start getting into coal power, I guess would be the next thing that they want us to do. I'm just going through all the other stuff here and trying to get all the other research done before we mosey on, so that's what I'm doing now. Now we got some etiquette stuff there to help us. I don't know where that's activated though. Okay, here in your. Okay, that's cool. I'll build 2 more housing since we're like pretty much all out of housing and stuff. So I guess I should probably get rid of the basic research in the meantime, right? Since we don't need that one anymore, since we're just feeding this one all the research. So I think that should be the thing now, I guess. All right, so now our ship is back and good, so we can avoid this area. So let's go see what's over here. We'll slowly work our way on this side of the map, and we'll discover where everything is. Okay, so now it's a good time to start dealing with the slag since we got the extra time to do so. So we'll start hooking all these belts up. I got each one of these hooked up, and it's going to come over to our slag little filler here. And this will be the only output for the slag. Another thing that's going to help us lower the outputs for the trucks. Okay, so we got a new location explored. What did we find out here? Another damaged cargo ship? Interesting. And I guess we don't have enough fuel to get out here, so we're going to have to go back home again. At least we got two extra cargo ships if we actually really need them. And then you can start sending them out places, but we only got the one for now. I think that's good enough. There we go. Pretty much well got all the belts going. Now we're going to be able to empty all this slag. Trucks are going to be on the go for a little bit there until, everything kind of like balances out. But I think this will be better than them running to each individual machine. They'll just be able to go to one spot and call it a day. Okay, so what did we get here? So now we can do tree planting and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. I guess we can plant a bunch of trees. Oh, it's just us planting trees. Oh, so I could just oh, just like individually. Oh, that's weird. Okay. I don't know if I like that. Because then, where do they get tree planting vehicle? Okay, so that's a whole thing. Okay, so we got a forestry controller enables tree planters. Ah, okay, interesting. So that's a whole late game thing there when you're running at a trees, but we got lots of trees here, so I'm not really worried about that. We're gonna deforest the whole island, and then before we start doing a friggin' forestry thing. All right, let's go find out what's way over here in the corner. Oh, once again, we're in battle, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tuck tail and run home. So we got another area that's blocked off by pirates. So that's good to know. Good to know. We'll go here next, and then we'll, work our way around. All right. So housing two. So that means we could upgrade these people. I don't know if this means that if they're the requirements of their housing, if they were, require new things. Advanced for 104 more comfort. It also provides a monthly unity increase for the housing. Housing can be either attached to a new settlement. All right. All right. So I think I'm just gonna upgrade these ones. And then what else did we get? Oh, those were all the trees. All right. We'll upgrade one of these at a time just to have a look at them, see what they do. No rush to upgrade them, even though they give us more space or whatever. But we'll just do one, just see how they look. And then I guess instead of trying to take up more area, if we're missing housing, we could just always upgrade them later, right? A little bit at a time type thing. Well, that looks nice. I like those apartment buildings better than the shipping containers. Looks like very nice, very nice. Comfort too. Beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So I guess as slowly as we need more housing, I'm just gonna upgrade each one of these. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then we'll expand out afterwards if need be. Oh, look at that. Advanced logistics. This is kind of cool, actually, advanced logistics. So, give the dirt here a little bit of an example. So, say I want dirt to only come in from certain places. So I can guarantee that it won't come in from anywhere else. I can do something like this where I can click on these individual dirt containers. There should be one more. Yes, right here. Now, it will only accept the dirt from these four places. It won't accept dirt from anywhere else, which I think is kind of cool. And then you can leave it like that. You could also add vehicles to here, and say if I just put one truck here, well, he'll always go and make sure that all those are done instead of all the other trucks doing it. But right now, we don't really need to do that. So all I'm gonna do is just add the import of where I want the rock and the stone to come from is about all I'm gonna do right now. There you go. So that's pretty much well that in a nutshell. And I think you can do that with other buildings as well. Oh, it looks like we found another battle way over here. That's pretty crazy. So I guess our guy's gonna be on his way home now. You got two ships in that one. Yeah, definitely I lost. There's no armaments. Two ships, one ship. Okay. That's probably why you need the other ships later on. Just to up your fleet for battle. That would make sense. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be into are these not concrete blocks? Concrete slabs. No, not the same thing. Okay, so I don't know if we're actually going to get into this, but the next kind of thing that we can do is we can kind of like crush certain materials. So slag is one of them. We can make a crushed slag, and then that crushed slag can be used in concrete making to make these concrete slabs. So instead of us using the current recipe that we're doing now, we could go with manufactured sand, which is just like crushed rock, and oh no, yeah, manufactured raw, yeah, the manufactured sand and crushed slag will give you the concrete. That'd be a way to get rid of your concrete, your slag, I think. But the only problem is I don't know if it actually gives rid of enough. Yeah, I don't know if it's enough. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that one because like I'm not 100% sure what to do with my slag right now. We might I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Concrete is great and all, but then I enjoy my limestone that I'm doing here, and I have all this set up here right now as it is, and the recipe is that. Um, yeah, so you'd have to do a whole new setup and transport it over here, and we're not even using these bricks at a very high rate, so yeah, that's another thing as well, right? All right, since our guy is back, let's just do the one right above us, and then we'll work our way back counterclockwise, I guess, right? Oh, wow. Awesome. So it looks like we found an oil rig. So I guess that's one of the things that we'll need to set up. I'm assuming this is going to give us like unlimited oil. Well, maybe unlimited oil, but I can still explore. So we'll send him up that way and explore here in the meantime. That's cool. We found an oil rig, and we got to collect a reward for it. That's cool. Yeah, so we just get a bunch of free oil from it. We just got to send a cargo ship all the time there to. Okay, so that's probably what another thing you need all those extra cargo ships for too is a steady run to go get oil. That's cool. It's very, very, very cool. Oh no, not another battle. Wow, a lot of pirates around us, man. We're gonna have to friggin' find some stuff to kick their ass soon. So we unlocked all the whole balancer kit there. I guess that's for, I guess if you're doing really big setups. Mind you, we could have done something like here too, like as a balancer for all of this, but overflow system is just good enough for me, right? Oh, looks like we're gonna have to set up some more stuff over here. That's looking a little weak. What's going on here? All right. Oh, we can send our ship out again. Obviously, we're gonna keep trying to find as many areas as we possibly can. That's pretty much the goal, right? All right, so we just unlocked retaining walls. Now, I think these are going to come in very handy, and I think this is what we're going to do. See, you need the bricks, and you also need the, what is it there? Plates for this. So that kind of gives me an idea. If I were to get rid of this, okay, hypothetically, and not have this storage anymore, and this solely set up is going to be for this right here, I could turn around and we could use our slag setup here, okay, and we can make bricks and use these bricks to make retaining walls. And by doing that, we could also maybe set up something pretty nice here, like with retaining walls going out, holding in our rock, I guess, path we're gonna create this way. Um, Also, it would be good for places like if we decide to like tunnel through here, we could add retaining walls to like hold the mountain back or whatever from its sliding and stuff. So yeah, it has its benefits, right? So I'm thinking about that's the kind of the game plan I'm thinking about setting up. But then we have to think about the rock, right? So there's like a lot of rock and dirt right here. I would also just like to flatten this out just because if we're coming this way with our production line a little bit, it'll give us something to work on afterwards. So if I turn around and I flatten all this out, I could also flip this around and start working on this side afterwards, right? Kind of deal. Um, so I think that's going to be the plan right now. I think what we'll do is we'll try to think up of a good little factory here where I can use all this, put some nice retaining walls around it, and start using this stuff with some rock to create the new bricks. So let me see what I can come up with here. All right, so this is what I kind of concocted up here. We're gonna have let's see here. What do I got here? We're gonna get the slag crushed over here. Then this is gonna turn rock into gravel. That's gonna turn gravel into manufactured sand. Over here, we have limestone and coal. Those are going to go through this kiln process there, rotary kiln. That's going to make us some cement. That cement. Oh, I forgot to hook up the cement here. That's here. Do, do, do. Go with a flat. Try to make this very non-intrusive. There, like that. So then cement will go into here. The This is going to be, where's the manufactured sand? And there we got our slag. Those all three are going to go into here. Those are going to make bricks with the water. And then we got a really convoluted brick system just to try to get rid of our slag. So let's hopefully that works. I'm going to set that up, and then what we'll do is we'll start using hopefully this stuff here to what I will do too right now is I will destroy this, and I will get rid of these. There you go. And that way, no more bricks will be stored here. And then we'll start using this stuff here as retaining walls. And then, as an example, let me see what I can go do here with some retaining walls. So the idea would be something like this, where you could make a retaining wall around like this, and this way it would only stay within the confines of that area. You see how this is starting to like, balloon out because, as you build up, it's got to like find surface area, right? So this would help prevent that from it going out too far kind of thing. So anyways, that's kind of like the basic idea of this. And then you could mold your dumping area to fit just this, right? And yeah, then it should be fine. The peak wise might not be so great though. You might come across some structural differences like if you go up too high, but yeah, this shouldn't be too bad for a little while anyways. But that's like the basic idea. And then for over here as well, structural wise, see how they're starting to like balloon out here. We could kind of like stop that. Um, I'd have to like shrink these back into the ground. So maybe something like this. I guess I would probably have to start it back here, right? Would this be a thing? Could I come up maybe one? Yeah. I wonder if this would work. Doesn't seem like it. So it doesn't seem to like the different height in here. So I'm probably assuming it's going to have to balloon out in order for me to put a retaining wall in here at one point to go across, which would kind of defeat the purpose of it trying to make it look nice, right? But then again, too, that's a pretty deep freaking ocean, right? So yeah, maybe that wouldn't be such a hot idea out here. I don't know. I'll have to rethink that and or maybe like do some investigation or whatever to see how that's gonna work. I've never done a causeway on this game before, so we're gonna find out. But other than that, I think that's doing pretty good. So we're gonna let this build out a little bit and see how this is gonna transpire. I want to see how that works, and then if we can get enough of the trees away from here, I'd like to do the same for around here for our garbage. And that way we can start putting our burners around it afterwards and start burning our garbage. Oh, looks like we were. All right, so out here I wasn't paying attention earlier when we were exploring, but we ended up getting some stuff, so that's good. Let's go. Let's go here. Oh no, not another battle. Oh my God, how many battles we're gonna have out here? There's a lot of areas that are protected, I guess, huh? Oh wow. All right, so the thing is ready to go again. So let's explore. We'll explore as much as we possibly can while this is all being built. Well, we explored another area. Hooray! Good stuff. Let's try to. Oh, I guess we can't go there. I guess he's on his way back. Yeah, on the move on his way back. All right. What I've done out here is I've settled an area where they have to level everything, and it's just like dirt and rock that's going to be all out here, and mainly a lot of these little mountains things. That's going to help feed the rock that's here. This is set to export to here. Uh, this one is going to go over where the dirt is. This rock is only going to go over to here. So whenever this is exported over here, and then I'm going to try to get these other ones worked on as well over time. So we'll try to get these all automated up so that way we're trying to use our slag, but slow but surely, slow but surely. Definitely gonna have to put some retaining walls around this at one point or another. It's getting a little out of hand here. A lot of the research that we've done too, I'll go over it too. We've unlocked custom surfaces, so I guess we can put different roads and stuff down, concrete, brick, and cobblestone. That's kind of nice. Maybe we'll do some different roadway surfaces later on. Some sorter shapes, and then we just unlocked the stacker. So that's cool. But I think that's where I'm going to call it for today on today's episode. We did pretty good. Not too shabby. We managed to set up something to help get rid of our slag. It's going to be a work in progress over time. And then as they get rid of here, this wood, I will also set up a retaining wall around here as well, so that way we can try to start controlling the where the garbage is going, right? What else? We got science set up, so that way science is kind of more of an automatic thing, which is kind of cool. I'm assuming we're gonna have different one of these later on as well for tier 3 science or something like that. Who knows, right? God knows. Um, what else do we do? Well, we also investigated the area quite a bit, so we only got like 4 locations left to investigate that we know of that aren't blocked by pirates, anyways, right? And then we'll also try to get into maybe setting up one of these oil rigs next episode as well, too, to maybe start feeding us some full-time oil. That'd be kind of cool as well. Maybe getting some more ships as well. But we'll look into that in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed, everybody. Like, subscribe, peace, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.